woman removed her outer garment, detached a hexagonal device, climbed onto the 100-meter-high roof, and jumped down using a harness, landing on the first-floor balcony. She hid behind a stone pillar. She removed a hairpin and found a golden needle. Within 3 seconds, she unlocked the door and turned the candlestick to reveal a secret door. Her goal was the world's last remaining treasure. Danger struck, and the ribbon she had thrown was shredded. She extracted a desiccant powder, blew on it, revealing countless threads. She leapt through the gap in the wires, ultimately securing the desired necklace. In 17th century France, King Louis was still young, and power had slipped from his grasp. The entire kingdom seethed beneath the shadow of Cardinal Richelieu. What was once a peaceful land now faced threats from within and without. Power-hungry ministers coveted the throne, while foreign enemies lurked at the borders. A war that would engulf all of Europe was on the brink of eruption. The story begins in Venice, Italy. The three most elite musketeers of France: Athos, steady as a mountain; Porthos, brave as a lion; and Aramis, swift as the wind, were executing a secret mission with the aid of Milady, a seductive spy. Their target:
Da Vinci's vault. Leonardo designed it to protect the plans of his greatest invention.
Leonardo da Vinci's underground chamber, a place filled with deadly traps. This was not just a test of their skills, but a tribute to their loyalty to France. Athos, the soul of the team, led his comrades through one lethal mechanism after another with calm wisdom. Whether it was the water dungeon that required holding their breath or the pressure-trapped corridors, nothing could stop them. Their seamless teamwork allowed them to steal the blueprints for Da Vinci's flying warship. But just as they thought their mission was complete and were preparing to return to Paris in triumph, the deadliest betrayal struck.
What now?
Contingency plan.
Athos! You do know what's up there, don't you?
Hold your breath.
One roll.
Milady, once Athos's beloved, had become the enemy's sharpest blade. With a casual "I love you" as cover, she poisoned their wine, leaving the three heroes paralyzed. She then joined forces with the British Duke, stealing not only the blueprints but also the last shred of warmth in Athos's heart.
Trust no one, especially women.
This failure turned the Three Musketeers into laughingstocks, forcing them to drown their sorrows in the streets of Paris. Meanwhile, in the countryside, a young man named D'Artagnan was saying goodbye to his parents. His father had once been a proud musketeer, and now D'Artagnan was determined to follow in his footsteps and seek his fortune in Paris. Armed with his father's sword and his mother's blessings, he set off on horseback. His father had told him to go make trouble, make mistakes, fight, love, and truly live, and he did not disappoint. No sooner had he reached the outskirts of Paris than he clashed with Rochefort, the one-eyed captain of the Cardinal's Guard, a ruthless man.
Me. To my horse.
And if I don't?
I shall have to kill you.
D'Artagnan, fearless in his youth, demanded an apology for the insult to his steed. Naturally, he was shot and left unconscious. Fortunately, the beautiful Milady happened to be nearby and stopped Rochefort from killing him. Thus, before even entering the city, D'Artagnan had already crossed paths with two of the most dangerous people in the story. Once in Paris, the reckless D'Artagnan found trouble at every turn. First, he bumped into Athos, who was drowning his sorrows in drink, soiling the musketeers' clothes. They agreed to duel at noon. Next, due to a misunderstanding, he exposed that the expensive cape Porthos was flaunting was borrowed, leading to another duel at 1 o'clock. Finally, he offended Aramis, who was deep in prayer, over a fine for a horse's mess on the street, and they agreed to duel at 2. In just one morning, D'Artagnan had managed to challenge the three most dangerous men in Paris to duels. When the Three Musketeers realized they were all dueling the same man, they could only laugh in disbelief. Just as they were about to begin this absurd series of duels, the Cardinal's guards appeared. Citing the law against dueling, they demanded the Musketeers surrender their weapons. Faced with overwhelming odds, the once proud Musketeers hesitated, but D'Artagnan's passion reignited their fighting spirit. Drawing his sword, he charged the guards alone, inspiring the three heroes to join the fight. A battle of 4 against 40 ensued.
Finish them off.
Even the odds.
During the fight, D'Artagnan met Constance, the Queen's maid, and fell in love at first sight. He fought off enemies while trying to impress her.
Enjoying the show?
Watch
Can't you see we're trying to have a conversation? What is your name?
Constance.
Constance. Sounds very steadfast. Deep down, I am a hopeless romantic.
Against all odds, the four emerged victorious, earning the cheers of the crowd and forging a deep bond. Athos, impressed by D'Artagnan's boldness, invited him to stay at his home. Over drinks, Athos warned D'Artagnan never to trust anyone, for he had been wounded beyond repair. Though they were warriors, they had no battles to fight and could only drown their sorrows in drink. The next day, the four were summoned before the king for their brawl. Richelieu intended to punish them severely, but the young king, impressed by their feat of 4 against 40, praised them instead. At the queen's plea, the king not only spared them but rewarded them with new uniforms and gold. Richelieu, humiliated, vowed to eliminate them once and for all. Richelieu's plot unfolded with the arrival of the British Duke. He planned to use Queen Anne's past affair with the Duke to fabricate a scandal. He sent Milady to forge love letters and steal the diamond necklace the king had given the queen, framing it as a token of love for the Duke. If the king discovered the queen could not produce the necklace, the accusation of adultery would stick, leading to her execution and war with England. Richelieu, meanwhile, would seize power, becoming the true ruler of France. To ensure Milady's loyalty, he gave her a pardon signed in blood. The Duke arrived in Paris aboard the most advanced flying warship of the time, his arrogance infuriating King Louis. At the palace, the Duke and the Queen reunited, their conversation laced with innuendo.
This is the Queen's wing. You can't be up here.
Oh, I've been trapped up here. In the sun. In this heat. I'm gonna faint.
You're in safe hands.
Milady seized the opportunity to sneak into the queen's chambers and steal the diamond necklace. Meanwhile, encouraged by D'Artagnan, the king mustered the courage to express his love for the queen, and their relationship seemed to soften. But all of this was part of Richelieu's scheme. Milady delivered the necklace and forged letters to the Duke, then returned to London with him. Richelieu, meanwhile, presented the forged letters to the king. When Louis read about the diamond necklace, he flew into a rage. Following Richelieu's advice, he announced a grand ball in 5 days, demanding the queen wear the necklace. The queen, desperate, knew this was a trap. With no other options, she turned to D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeers. Their mission: travel to London within 5 days, infiltrate the heavily guarded Tower of London, and reclaim the diamond necklace. It was an impossible task, but for the queen's honor and the future of France, they had no choice. Besides, a single kiss from Constance was enough to make D'Artagnan face any danger. For Athos, the mission held a personal purpose, to settle his score with Milady, but Richelieu was already one step ahead. Rochefort and his men surrounded their lodgings and set them ablaze.
The moment they step out, kill them.
The musketeers escaped through the sewers and rushed to the port of Calais, which was heavily guarded. To buy them time, Constance sacrificed herself, disguising as D'Artagnan to lure the guards away. Upon reaching London, they faced the Tower of London, reputed to be the most secure fortress in England. Milady had anticipated their arrival and laid a trap. She analyzed each of their tactics and stationed guards at the Traitor's Gate, the tower roof, and the main gate. But she underestimated the musketeers' intelligence and teamwork. They turned the tables. Athos, Porthos, and Aramis created distractions, while the real wild card, the unknown D'Artagnan, slipped in unnoticed. The Duke and Milady, believing their plan had succeeded, let their guard down. Meanwhile, D'Artagnan, disguised as a soldier, infiltrated the tower. Unfortunately, he fell into the Duke's trap and was captured.
The game is afoot.
When the Duke felt certain of victory and interrogated D'Artagnan, D'Artagnan directed his gaze toward the window.
Look out of the window. Permission to come aboard?
Granted.
Clearly, it was still Athos and his companions who secured the ultimate triumph. They boldly escaped through the air aboard the Duke's airship. Milady, as cunning as ever, seized the chaos to escape by carriage with the necklace. Unbeknownst to her, the coachman, Blanche, had been bribed by the Musketeers. Halfway, the Musketeers ambushed Milady's carriage. Athos and Milady, former lovers, faced each other once more.
Dealer's choice.
What now?
You give me the diamonds or I take them off your corpse.
But you will kill me.
Yes.
Here. You may find use for this.
With no way out, Milady chose the most drastic escape, plunging from the airship. Athos could not bring himself to shoot. He could never kill the woman he had once loved. With the necklace fully recovered, they raced back to Paris in the flying ship. But Rochefort awaited them mid-journey, piloting Richelieu's upgraded warship, faster, deadlier, and armed with Constance as a hostage. He demanded the necklace in exchange for her life. Torn between duty and love, Athos urged D'Artagnan to save Constance. D'Artagnan pretended to comply, then boarded the enemy ship, sparking a breathtaking aerial battle. The two ships clashed in a storm, cannons roaring. The Musketeers used the clouds as cover, outmaneuvering their foes.
We hide. In there.
Believe them.
Turn everything! And fire up the burners! Hold on!
In the end, D'Artagnan and Rochefort dueled atop Notre Dame's roof. Rochefort mocked D'Artagnan's naivety, claiming history is written by the victors.
Kill you.
But this time, D'Artagnan, embodying courage and justice, prevailed. With his father's sword, he ended Rochefort's reign of terror and earned his respect. They returned to the palace just as the ball was about to begin, but Richelieu had set another trap, ready to eliminate them all. At the critical moment, Athos produced the pardon Richelieu had given Milady. Richelieu instantly realized his plan had unraveled. He shifted blame to the deceased Rochefort and presented the captured flying ship as a gift to the king. Though the king saw through the ruse, he played along. The queen, wearing the reclaimed necklace, danced with the king, averting a war. D'Artagnan finally won Constance's heart. Richelieu extended an olive branch to the Musketeers once more, but they flatly refused. In the end, D'Artagnan officially became a Musketeer. The four stood together, shouting their iconic motto.
All for one, and one for all!
In case you're wondering, this isn't the afterlife. I'm not dead. And neither are you.
Where are we going?
To France, of course. To get back what's mine and pay back. With interest.
Far out at sea, Milady is rescued by the Duke, and a new storm seems to be coming.